If you're looking for a new inline ice fishing reel this season, I highly recommend one of these three PISCIFUN ICX reels. I have the ICX Carbon, the ICX Frost. I'm going to go over them, bring the camera in up close, show you some details on the differences. By the end of the video, you'll be able to tell which one might be your next ice fishing reel. Now a big comparison is the size of these three reels. We have the ICX right here coming in as the smallest, the Carbon, and the Frost being the largest. And for maximum drag, you have 10 pounds, 11 pound, and 12 pound. The difference in line capacity. For the ICX, you're looking at 110 yards of 2 pound. For the ICX Carbon, you're looking at 120 yards of 4 pound. And the ICX Frost, you're looking at 213 yards of 4 pound test. Now these aren't the lightest reels, they are made of CNC aluminum and steel. The ICX weighing in at 5.4 ounces, the Carbon at 5.8, and the Frost is coming in at 6.6 ounces. Retrieve per crank revolution, on the ICX you're looking at 15.5 inches. The ICX Carbon is pulling in 22 inches per revolution off the handle, and the Frost is coming in at 18.5 inches. Difference is the line release trigger. Here you have the ICX all the way to the left. You can see the line release trigger is far away from the center of the rod. Now if you look at the ICX Carbon, it does get a little closer. And if you look at the Frost, it is dead center underneath the rod. The Frost is one of the easiest ones to use. When you pull the trigger on the line release on the ICX, this is just going to freewheel. So if you have a heavy jig on there, you could possibly get backlash. Moving up on the ICX Carbon, this has a magnetic adjuster right here. So if you have a heavy jig, you can just set this over to the max, or if you have a light jig, you can bring this down to the minimum. And it's not going to freewheel as much. You can adjust how much pressure is on the magnets, so if you have a heavy jig you don't have to worry about backlash. The ICX Frost has the same thing, except the adjuster is on the outside of the reel. It's a lot easier to adjust this. If you're going to be switching a lot of jigs, this is going to be the reel for you. Price wise, you're looking at $45, $60, $90. As far as which reel is the smoothest on line retrieve, that's going to be the ICX. This thing is as smooth as butter. Now the Frost and the Carbon, they're both smooth, just not as smooth as the ICX, and they're pretty much identical. That's my own opinion and conclusion on these reels after using them. The ICX, great for panfish, lightweight line, light jigs. Only 44 bucks. This thing's going to last you a long time. It's high quality made. This is not cheap plastic like a lot of other reels. Now between these two, might kind of depend on your budget. If you're not too worried about cost, I definitely would go for the Frost. If you do want to keep your ice fishing costs down, absolutely nothing wrong with the Carbon. It's a great little reel, just not quite as refined as the Frost is. If you don't mind the trigger position, the Carbon's the only one you can actually flip the trigger forward as well. So you can go forward or back on the Carbon. The other two you cannot do that. The Frost, this is probably best for if you're going to hole hop and if you're going to be changing your jigs a lot. It's just a little bit quicker reel to use between flipping back and forth between jigs and moving around to different holes. This one as well, CNC aluminum and steel. It's going to last you a long time. So hopefully this review gives you a little bit of an idea of what kind of reel you may want. And hope you guys found this video helpful and informational, and thanks for watching.